Amidst the recent trend of the demythologization of the heroic figure, Invincible did something different than just portraying another Superman version that is secretly evil and ready to snap any time. It offered us an interesting and important what if. What if this super strong alien was pretending to be on our side, saving our world and helping us, but was actually an agent sent to prepare Earth for the rule of an evil intergalactic empire? So, let's spiral around the aspects of Invincible that are worthy of analysis. The way Nolan struggles with his inner dichotomy between his social conditioning from the Viltrum Empire and the emotions that associate him more with the human nature are very well exposed. The cognitive dissonance and all this inner conflict are the perfect seeds for a fast and impactful character development. During the fight between father and son, maybe Nolan was hitting Mark so fiercely because a nerve was touched that the human civilization and his human family offered him more emotional richness than he could ever have serving the Viltrumites. The development of Eve is also very well crafted. Her abilities develop alongside her personality. Think of it. At first, she leaves her parents' house, which is a big step towards inner transformation, and she has more freedom to exercise her powers. At the end of the third season, her death triggers the release of her mental blocks imposed to her when she was a child, ultimately leading to her rebirth and to the final blow to the antagonist conquest. So in a sense, she was literally torn apart, surpassed her limitations, and thus unlocked her suppressed abilities. It's an important aspect to the specific character that Mark is often acting reckless like a teenager, because he is a teenager, and trying to hold Oliver on a leash is like trying to correct aspects of himself. Nonetheless, part of Mark's recklessness stems from the fact that he holds conviction, showing bravery even in front of threats that by far overmatch him. Mark might not be as invincible as others, but he surely acts as if he is. But what I don't get is, Mark breaks up his partnership with Cecil while there are Viltrumite agents literally breathing down his neck, ready to strike any time. I don't think in such a situation one has the luxury to make such a choice. The two last episodes of the third season show us exactly that. I don't think that Moller twins are so mean as they would like to show to the world. I think they show emotional capacity by not killing that guard while escaping, and also by helping Robot and warning him about the procedure of cloning. I wonder how Cecil hasn't tried to recruit them yet, but they would kill each other real quick, so it would be a waste of time. Alan the Alien. Man, that Unopan dude, he's got the groove, he's got the style. Perhaps for some people, he even got the looks. It feels like he doesn't even need to spit the jokes. He just is in the scene, and the scene feels lighthearted. That is because his presence creates that environment, and the voice acting is just fine. Machine Head. I laughed in the first season, and I laughed in the third season even harder. He is an ego expressed with autotune. He is the perfect example of how a human criminal with metahuman abilities would actually operate. The dude has the intellect of a supercomputer, and how does he get by? Insurance fraud. Perfect. One thing I don't like is, okay, the Viltrumites are Viltrumites. It's in the DNA of their species that they're all super strong and fly. But there are way too many characters in this series that have the same Superman-like abilities, to the point that I was shocked when introduced to a character that hasn't the same abilities as the Viltrumites and is actually a threat to them. The Space Racer, which, in terms of style, is a more clever version of Lobo, I guess. But I won't complain, because it's an important element to the series' unique DNA. Powerplex has such an interesting ability. He can absorb kinetic energy and turn it into electricity. In combination with high-tech equipment attached to his body, he turns into a most fearful lethal machine. I really like this concept. A character has powers, but he requires a suit to enhance them in order to be really super. Kind of reminds me of Spider-Man. He has his spider powers, but he also makes artificial webs, and at some point he wears the suit that Iron Man gives him. Though Spider-Man is quite powerful on his own, so to speak. Powerplex soloing down a Mark variant was so satisfying. It is fascinating how his powers are mixed with high-tech and trauma to create such a dangerous antagonist. When I finished that episode, I was wondering, how strong could he get with enough high-tech? Would he be able to confront a Viltrumite? Powerplex, too unstable to be a vigilante, too sentimental to be a villain, a man who needs help, the most tragic character in the show. I would like the idea of Powerplex eventually turning into an ally. I would say the same for Levi, but his brain is scrambled eggs, those technicians got his arse pretty tight, and that hatred towards Mark ain't gonna go anytime soon. Conquest. We can understand that the man is unwell, but is Conquest an Arkham material? Well, I'm no psychiatrist, but I have to give him the pass, right into the loony bin of Gotham. I guess that's what living with Viltrumites and working for the Viltrum Empire for so long does to your mental health. No wonder why Nolan ended up so overwhelmed. I like the moment when Rex said to Bulletproof while fighting the evil Mark variant, "Hey, take your obvious name and get them out of here." It's funny because many names in Invincible are so obvious they are boring, but others are so far-fetched they surpass the level of intended parody. I still can't get my hand around the name Best Tiger. On one hand, it's so badass, but on the other hand, it doesn't make any sense. Also, I really like the Two Pants Man as a reference. It really shocked me when I noticed it during the rewatch. I believe this exposing the hero trend was the inevitable turning point for the genre. Times have changed, the world has changed, media have changed, people have changed, writing has changed. Writers are trained on how to create relatable, multidimensional characters, and the viewers are not interested in flat caricatures. Fiction cannot be the same as it was some years ago. It has changed, it has evolved. Many stories choose to portray individuals who are crushed under the weight of the hero identity. Others portray corrupted, power-driven metahumans who sell heroism and patriotism like real estate agents who sell old houses in the suburbs. Villains who are felt, if not understood. Anti-heroes who are torn between two worlds. I'm just happy that this genre, which was destined to change, took this turn. Invincible, The Boys, many new stories that show people, not gods who are beyond the limitations of the human flaws. So far so good. I hope Season 4 is going to be even better, with more crazy action and high stakes like the two last episodes of the third season. The Invincible War was my favorite episode.